Soccer World Fan TV here. This is the final wrap up. As you can see, I was clearly supporting Liverpool. I'm a Liverpool supporter. And what can I say? I mean, as a neutral, I think everybody would say like this is probably the greatest derby, Merseyside derby we had in a while. You know, a lot of goals were being scored. A lot of people that had players in their fantasy team were being fulfilled, especially Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Mohamed Salah. But what I would say as a Liverpool supporter, when you had a big loss like you did last game week and everything, you expect a bigger response than this. And I think for a lot of Liverpool fans, it's kind of been like, of course, you know, they performed better. And I think anything is better than that piece of shit of a performance last time around. But, you know, you expect a win. You expect like right away, right away we want to have that big response, so that way, you know, we don't keep momentum. And looking at an Everton perspective, you know, Liverpool were pretty much in a very vulnerable position last, you know, match week and everything. They would want to come up with a win, especially how they haven't won in a long time. And they just didn't take the chance, especially how they came back when they were behind anyways. And that's when they were performing at their best. They weren't performing, I would say, adequately when they were far ahead. Apart from maybe around the 60 minutes to the 70 minute where they were doing pretty good and everything. They weren't really on the ascendancy to try to, you know, go for the lead, right? Looking at it in a Liverpool performance, I think the main issues were defensively, obviously. You have a guy like Dominic Calvert-Lewin who's very good at the air. And a lot of, you know, players that have a great aerial threat and everything, you got to make sure that you close them down easily. Liverpool did not do that. And, you know, we look at, you know, Van Dijk as well, which was really crucial as well. And he does do a lot of that work, you know, being that aerial presence that you need, right? And a lot of the players that we did have, like Matip and Gomez, like Matip has been injured for a very long time. You know, it's not going to be up to scratch and everything, you know, and it's going to cost you at the end of the day, right? So, yeah, in the Liverpool perspective, I was quite happy with the offensive end. I think we were offensively pretty good for the most part, apart from a couple of dry spells and everything. But for the most part, it's been a 50-50. I think Everton, especially their midfield, trying to get the, you know, trying to intercept passes and everything, kind of like what Thivian was doing. I think they've done it adequately well. I think Richarlison, apart from the red card, has done, you know, very well to push the attack. And James Rodriguez is absolutely sublime. You got to give him credit for that. One of the few moments I would give any Evertonians any credit with their team, but you got to give them credit this time. They have performed really well in the night, and I think for any of the teams, it would really be hard done by if one or the other didn't win and whatnot, right? But talking about some of the situations, you know, when you look at the offside thing, I think everybody would immediately admit, based on the checking and everything, it was offside, and I think it definitely should, right? But, of course, I think with any other team, if they were in that situation as well, I think they would definitely feel hard done by, especially with the margin that it was offside as well. And but, you know what, you got to take it by the chin. The thing I don't get as well, and I think it's an obvious thing as well. Like when they were doing the offside for, I think, Van Dijk, they did measure the arm and everything. And that's not a goal scoring opportunity as well as, you know, to score with the hand and everything. So I didn't understand why that was put offside. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think for academic purposes, I think that's a valid argument at the end of the day. However, if I really were to look at it in the face of it on who deserves to win and who does not deserve to win, because at the end of the day, it's about these fine margins. You're going to have, you know, sometimes you can play extremely poorly and you still won, right? And I feel like around the 60-minute mark, we weren't playing the best and everything, and it was really Salah in the right moment, in the right time to really score those goals and everything, and you've got to give him credit, you know. Sometimes with those big, you know, strikers and everything, they can have a really poor game, but it just takes that one goal to really, you know, be a big presence at the end of the night, and that's what he does. And I think in the face of it, both teams definitely deserved something from the game, and I think it draws a fair reflection on it. So what do I see for Liverpool? More troubles, and as a Liverpool fan as well, talking about experience, it's going to be a rough run for us, and especially with Van Dijk's injury, who knows how long that's going to take, and Alisson not being injured for a long period of time. It's going to be a bumpy ride for a lot of Liverpool fans. I think they can agree. For Everton, they did have Richarlison injured and everything. That may have impacted them as well. And James Rodriguez, there was an opportunity where he was injured as well, and that could have made a big impact on them as well. So I think, on the face of it, it was a really good derby game, especially for the neutrals. It definitely made blood boil and everything. And please, if you want to see the reactions of the game, it'll be in our Discord channel, Discord server, which will also be in the link in the description if you want to see some of the match highlights of how we're reacting and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to cap up for it. If you like what we do, please like, share, and of course subscribe to our channel. As always, thank you so much for watching our reactions, and we will have the Man City reactions posted. We may post them on the same time. We will see. And yeah, y'all take care and peace.